Hello everyone tuning in to watch. We are day 2 of the Leather Pocket Billiards Fargo Fair Match tournament. This is an A-side match. Alan Wang versus Edwin Montal. An 8-6 race, winner break, 10 ball. Please let me know if everything looks good and if I sound okay. This is Larry Walper on the stream. I'm the tournament director who is now out of the tournament, so I figured I'd sit in and talk about this match. Looks like Edwin won the leg. However, he breaks dry, so an opening shot for Alan. He elects to play it safe. It could be better. He was really trying to lock that cue ball up on the 4. I think Edwin has a piece of this. I don't know if he can make it. I think he could have made it because he actually, well, maybe not. Maybe he couldn't make that. He kind of swung at it. This is an opportunity for Alan because it looks like the 2-4 combo is pretty straightforward. Tough road for Edwin to get here. He had to play someone. He had to play a 12-3 race. I think his very first match was a 12-3 race. Yeah, Edwin had to play a 12-3 race his first match, and then he had to play a 10-5 race the next one, and the second one went to the hill, and he was able to eke that out. Good look for Alan here now. Wants to make sure he has angle on this 3 ball. Does not want to be straight. That's pretty good angle. He can either play this with some center cue ball and just come up above the 5, or you can play it with running inside spin and play the 5 in the top left. See what he chooses to do here. Yeah, he went forward. Wants to get off the rail. That's pretty good. He can pretty much just play a stop shot. Maybe a little bit of draw on the 5. Doesn't want to be back cutting the 6 as much as he can help it. Otherwise he'll be going into the 10 ball. Which isn't the worst thing, but he can still get good shape on the 7 and the side either way, I think. And he overdrew that by a lot, and he caught a bad spot of the point to the side pocket, which really made that cue ball, or changed the angle of that cue ball. So we're down to 16 players. We had 50 to start yesterday. We did play 1 round of matches already this morning on the B side. So 8 people went home this morning. Alan's calling this in the side pocket. Very difficult to judge that. The tables do slide a bit. So often you'll see people trying that in the second rail, first or second rail, the cue ball will go wide. And that's usually how they're missing it, is that way. And if this is your first time tuning in this weekend, we've had a couple issues with the internet, which we haven't been able to stream as much as we would like. However, it looks like it seems to be running smooth today. So this is a 10-ball tournament, all played on 9 foots. It's winner break format. We're using Fargo rate medium races. Players must have an established rating to play. we had players as high as 745 and as low as 426 with the Fargo rate. Bit of a stop, kind of pinched this 8-ball on the side for Edwin. Oh, he didn't go in super clean, but he made it. Another kind of just stop shot right here for the 10. Take a lead. Definitely want to, negate the handicap as early as possible, where you want to make the race even up. So by Edwin taking this first game, now he has to win 7-5 as opposed to having to win 8-4 if Alan had won the first game. So very, very important to win the first couple games when you're spotting someone. If Edwin can win this next game, it's an even race. Established Fargo, Mike. Basically, in the Fargo Rate app, when you put your name in there, if you have less than 200 games, you're going to have a number, and then there's going to be the letter P beside it, which means it's a preliminary rating. So if someone has a preliminary rating, that's not considered established. So if you look at your, if you have a way to get games in the system, you just got to get over 200, and then you should end up with an actual legitimate Fargo rate. I hope that makes sense. So these two players, Edwin has a Fargo rate of 717, so pretty much pro level. He's kind of a legend as well. Been playing pool for so many years. Alan has a rating of 641, so that's the reason for the handicap. Absolutely, Mike. You got to tell her that for sure. There's no other way to get a rating unless you play more, so I highly recommend it. The entry for this tournament was $100, and the green fee was $10. Payouts for this tournament are pretty good. We got $1,350 for first, $950 for second, $650 for third. So some good payouts awaiting some of these guys. We don't know who. Lots of pool left today. It's still early in the day. This is probably going to go all night. We were here last night till 1:30. And brought 24 players back out of the 50 today. And now we're down to 16. Good afternoon, CJ. Thank you for the live stream, of course. We weren't gonna have commentary, but since I'm out of the tournament and Ben's playing a match and I have no matches to call, I figured I would just jump on the mic. Edwin's calling this one in. You got to adjust for the slide a little bit. Wants to hit rail first. He doesn't want to hit it straight in. And he missed it altogether. Made the 3, which actually helps Alan out. One less ball to worry about. So Alan needs to take advantage of this opportunity. When someone's spotting you, you really have to take advantage of that opportunity. And there is pressure when you're spotting someone. So when you can make get a game here and there, you put even more pressure on them to not make a mistake. So a mistake like this, if Alan can punish him, it's going to hurt. Alan's just going forward, I think. Would have liked a little less angle, but he's pretty good here. He can just play this with a center ball. Come out almost middle table. He might put a touch of inside just to slow down the cue ball. Yeah, he put a good stroke on that with a decent amount of inside spin. Again, a little more angle on the 4 than he would like, but he's fine to do exactly what he just did. Just make it come straight back across. If he can end up right where the cue ball is right now on this shot, he's sitting pretty good. Now this is a little bit funny. He might have to use the rest on this or an extension. I can't tell if he's straight on the camera. If he's straight, he's still okay. He can just draw back to middle table. But he would have liked more angle where he can just stroke it in off the rail. And he's not obviously using the rest. Okay, so he had a bit of angle there. Good shot. Kept himself off the rail. Left himself straight on the 6. Or at least it looks like straight. He'll probably just play this with a little bit of punch draw. Draw back maybe 6 inches. He doesn't want to draw back too far. Doesn't want to be back cutting the 7 again. Good shot. That's a perfect shot. Now he needs another good shot here. If he's got angle, he'll probably just punch this off the rail and come out slightly above the black. Or he can just draw and do the same thing. Yeah, that's good. He did not, no matter what, you want to be above the black. If he's below, it's more work, more room for error. Here he can just float this in. He can stun it in. He's got some options. So this will be a big win if he gets this. Yeah, he chose to just slow roll it, kill the cue ball. Good shape on the 10. And that puts the race back to a 2-game spot if he gets this 10 ball. Good finish by Alan. We got 1-1. I'm just going to shout out one of the sponsors here. We got DCL Labor and Contracting, part of the added money, as well as Leather Pocket Billiards, who added money. That's Ben DeWolf, who's in the tournament. He's actually playing right now, and he's still on the A side. If you guys are looking to get some work done, by all means, reach out to this guy, Nick's Q Innovation. Fantastic work. Quality work, guarantees everything he does, very knowledgeable. Even if you don't live locally, he can help you out. Check it out. And just here's a little info on the event. That was the poster. Posted back in, I think it was end of August I made this up. Good turnout. Very, very good turnout. Okay, Alan to break here. See if he can make a ball and get shape on the 1. Good break. Very, very good break. He needs to make sure he can see the 1. That's a beautiful break. The way these guys are hitting it, you'll see all day that they're making usually 1 or 2 balls in the side pocket. It's usually the ball behind the head ball. A lot of guys they'll just break off just off center, or just maybe lined up with between the middle diamond and the side diamond. Just hit it with a good stroke. We are using Magic Rack. It's required. So by now everyone's pretty much getting the break figured out. Now Alan can choose to dig in on this and drag the cue ball up the rail, or he can go try to put the cue ball towards the 6. And he must have let up, or I don't know what happened there. He tried to do too much maybe. That's kind of that was a really, really good break, and you got to take advantage of that against someone like Edwin. Edwin doesn't. He might shoot at this because it is a thin cut. So if he shoots at this, the cue ball can come 2 cushions off the end rail between the 9 and the 7 and back down for the 3. And if he misses, he can leave a lot of distance on the ball. So kind of an opportunity to have a free shot and not get punished for it. The only thing that could go wrong is if he almost makes it and hangs it in the jaws of the top left pocket. Well, the way he's, I can't tell the way he's queuing if he is going for it. He chose to play safe, and that is a pretty good safety. He got a little lucky that the one ball didn't fall on the side. If that one had fallen on the side, with 10 ball rules, Alan could have made him shoot again. He's left Alan very difficult here. That 5 ball is huge, trying to kick this one in. He might have to try the Z shot, maybe, just if he can hit the left cushion. Okay, I think I know what he's going to do here. He's gonna bank this 4 ball in behind the 9 ball. So he's basically basically accepting that he can't hit the 1 ball. So he's going to put the 4 ball in a bad position where Edwin will have to break that ball out. So he's trying to lengthen the game. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't leave the 4 in the pocket. Yeah, he would have liked it a little closer to the 9, but now position on the 4 is virtually, I won't say impossible, but it's extremely difficult. So, I mean, Edwin, what he could do if he wanted, he could play another safety here where he could make the 1, make the 3, and then get the good angle on the 4 ball. If he can't make it, that he could just stun the cue ball right there and bank the 4 out 3 rails. We'll see which way he goes. I don't think he's going to go to try to break that out. We'll see what he does, though. He's a genius, so we'll see what he elects to do. It's just hard to tell if the 4 does go from a certain angle. And I think he's left himself... He might have a touch of angle where he can just draw the cue ball up table. He's got a very powerful big stroke, so he could easily accomplish that. See what he chooses to do. He could also, if he gets up above the 4 ball, he could play a bank. Oh, he's not gonna like that. He did put the spin on that shot. If you guys don't know that spin, if you're straight on a ball and you want to draw it back and then have it shoot up table like that, you want to put, depending on the angle, you want to put inside spin. So lots of draw with inside, and that's going to drag the cue ball up and then spin it up the rail. So if he hadn't hit the 10, he would have been way up table. He's calling a cross bank, cross corner. Perhaps another two-way shot where you might get a good leave if he misses it. And he's going to get good, I think, and extremely fortunate because he missed it very, very bad. But it's hard to avoid the double kiss there on the cue ball and the 4, so he put a lot of inside spin on that to make sure the cue ball, takes off the rail and gets out of the way of the 4. Very tough shot, and he's got very lucky. I think he jumps at this. He's kicking. He might be trying to kick from underneath the 4 ball, where he wants to send the 4 ball up table and put the cue ball in behind the 6. Got to hit the ball, though, for sure, because now the table is runnable. He's got to judge this pretty good. He came out not so good. He was so close to getting what he wanted there. If he had just been a little bit more underneath, he would have sent that 4 right up table towards either the 7 or the 9, and the cue ball would have ended up over by the 6 ball. So it was a good effort. And Edwin with a chance here. He might play this with a little of running inside where the cue ball will follow and then spin up the rail. And that's exactly what he did. A little bit of extra body English from Edwin. You'll see that a lot. Another important win. Everyone's important for Edwin here when you're spotting these games. Alan's a good player. Can't afford to give him too many opportunities. I don't know if the 7 goes on the side here. It must, because it doesn't pass the 9. Or he's pointing like he's looking to bank the 7. So that's probably what he's going to play. So on this, you want to make sure, again, you're slightly above the 7. You can't be straight on it, and you can't be below it. So he's got to get above it a bit. Otherwise, the bank just isn't an option. Well, shape here, very important. When he put a ton of spin, so he's coming around. Okay. He was pointing middle of the table. I thought he was pointing where he wanted to be for a bank, but he got really good on that. And he does hit it at a good weight. He didn't, if the cloth wasn't so new, that might not fall. But he knows the cloth's going to slide a little bit, so he kind of killed the cue ball. And a little bit harder, that ball probably would have hung in the pocket. It would have bounced harder off that side rail. Ooh, and this one, he draws back for the 10 in the side. Good shot there. And there we go. Edwin gets another one. So from here out, Edwin has to win 6-4. So Alan needs to get one back to keep the pressure on Edwin. These Fargo medium rate races are difficult, very difficult. There's a lot of players that had to play 10-5 races, 10-4, 11-4, 11-3 races, and a lot of them the lower ranked player won. I think there was one match where someone went to 3 and someone went to 12, and that person won 3-5. So almost anything can happen. You can't afford to hang a 10 ball or hang like 2 or 3 balls and just sell out a game because it just costs you too much. So Edwin to break. He did break first, and he broke dry. So we'll see if he can get one off this snap. He's just waiting for a shot on the table behind him. Well, thanks for watching. My name's Larry. Again, I'm the organize the tournament. I'm running the tournament, and I'm just here to watch some pool today, keep the matches going. It's going to be a long day. Yesterday we were playing from 12 till about 1 a.m. That's a good break. He did make that ball on the side, but the one ball came too far up table, or the cue ball didn't come back far enough. A lot of guys, the cue ball will come back down to around another 1.5 feet or so down table, and the one will often sit over by the top left corner. Probably see a safety here. So he can bank this straight up table towards the 5 and the 6 if he wants. He could also just try to play a small little chip safety. He might just hit the right side of the one ball and come out 2 rails in behind the 6, 5, 10. That might be the right shot here. It's important to not get enough. Yeah, so this is going to be pretty good, I think. Needs it to slow down. Oh, and it did leak out where Alan can see either a piece of it or he's got a pretty easy rail first hit. We'll see what he chooses to do. If you can see it full. No, I guess not. He's looking at the rail. Blake, what happened to the stream last night? The internet here was just out of control. We couldn't seem to get it to run smooth, and we just ended up giving up on it for the day. So far so good today. We're hoping it stays that way, and we can get you guys all the good matches. It's going to be lots non-stop all day. Still lots of good players left in the tournament. I think right now there's the table to the right of these guys. We have Aaron and Chan, and that is a 10-4 race. So that's a tough one to overcome. Alan played a kick safe there. He was looking at the angle of the cue ball, and I can't tell if he got him hooked on the 7. If he did, this is really, really good. If not, Edwin can probably just chip off the rail, send the 1 ball towards the 3, and possibly get the cue ball in behind the 5, 6, 10 again. Pretty tough to hook Edwin. He knows all the shots. He's got all the knowledge. It looks like he's aiming to just put the 4 in a bad spot. Like, I don't think he's aiming to hit the 1. He must be right hooked on that 7 ball. Yeah, so he just wants to put the 4 in a tougher spot. I think, actually, from what he did, I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to get the 1 down table below the side pocket. Ball in hand for Allen. The most difficult shot here is going to be getting from the 4 to the 5. Even though the 3 and the 4 are far away, it's pretty easy to get good angle on the 3. And I don't know what... It looks like he's aiming to hit the 4 ball. And he doesn't want to be straight here. He would have liked a lot more angle than that. Surprises me he went up table like that. I thought he would just draw back to middle table. He's got to hit this really smooth and try to punch the cue ball off the rail, because he needs the right angle on the 3 so he can draw up 1 or 2 rails for the 4 ball. So he's putting the running inside spin on this. Oh no, okay. His angle's not bad. It's a little more than he wanted. This makes the shot more difficult because the pot's harder, which means when you're trying to play tight shape, it's even harder. So he's made this a little tougher on himself. He needs a really good shot here to get back in line. You can play this with a lot of bottom right spin and draw the cue ball up above the side pocket. But if you overhit it, you might scratch in the corner or end up stuck to the 4 ball. So he's got to hit this really good. He did okay. He just got above the side pocket, and because of that, it kind of straightened out a bit, and he's in tough here. I wouldn't be surprised if he just banks the 4 2 rails in behind the 6, 5, 10 ball again. I don't think he goes for this. It's too much of a thin cut where if you miss, you more often than not, you leave the 4 over the corner pocket. So yeah, I think he's just going to aim to bank this 2 rails, leave the cue ball behind the 9 ball, or at least on the end rail. Okay, so he chose to put the cue ball behind the 7, and he didn't get the cover. He's left Edwin a shot in the side pocket. I think I think it was good to just get that 4 ball up table and leave the cue ball down on the end rail. You know, that's an example of where, you know, at least you would have had distance instead of trying to get that super tight safety shape. Easy to say, because if he had gotten behind the 7, it would have been perfect, but now he's in trouble here. If Edwin can just make 1 good pot, he wants to come down table, or he might even draw into the right side lower cushion, or he might just punch it around the 5 ball. Oh, he's not going to like this. He is full ball hooked on that 5. He was trying to run into it and give himself a good shape, and that did not work out at all. Kind of a hard shot shooting in the side, just off angle. So he's going to play, he's calling it in the side, but what he's really trying to do here is send the 5 ball up table and leave the cue ball down table. So this is tough coming out of the pocket because of the slide, but if he can get that 5 up table and leave the cue ball down here by the end rail, and he's hit the wrong side of the ball. Not an easy finish for Allen, but doable and necessary. Doesn't want to go down 3-1 here. He needs to put a little bit of pressure back on Edwin. see what he comes up with here. I do like stroking this in the way he is right now and just drawing that cue ball back and forth off the side rail. I don't like playing it too soft. Let's see if he puts a little extra force on this, or if he tries to kill the cue ball for the 6. He was trying to hold it, and as a result, he undercut the ball. So this is wide open spaces for Edwin. Probably see him stop the cue ball right there because he needs an angle on the 6 to get around the 10. So he won't. I don't think he'll go forward. He might even come back a tiny bit. No, he did okay. He's not dead straight. I think he can draw straight back off the side rail and come up table some more. Doesn't want to leave a full table distance on that 7, so he'll probably just dig in. Same thing, put that bottom inside spin, and the cue ball will take off. He really got into that. Almost went too far, but he's okay. Now we can play this smooth with just 2-rail shape on the 9 on the left-hand side. Or he might come up for the side. I'm not sure. I can't tell his angle. Yeah, 2-rail shape, and he hit it perfect. Absolutely perfect. Big mistake from Alan there, given an opportunity like that. That's a crucial mistake. You got to take advantage of every opportunity when you're getting given games. So this is what you need to do when you're spotting. If you look at Edwin now, this puts him up 3-1 with this 10 ball. That means it's an even race to 5. So the reason you want that is because Edwin is the favorite to win in an even race. So he needed to get to that. Alan needed to keep the pressure on him where Edwin would have had to win 6-3. Now it's an even race to 5. So very, very difficult for the person spotting the games unless they can get ahead. So if Edwin gets the next game, now he's got a little bit of breathing room. Thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to share the stream. Like I said, we will be here all day. We've still got lots of great players left in the tournament. We've got Ben Francis still in the tournament, Aaron Arganoza, Eric Vargas is still going. Obviously these guys. And he really winded up on that, and that 8 ball just fell. Makes the 4, watch out, 3 ball. And the 3 just stayed out of the way. So he's got options here. I think he's going to go for this. And I don't know if he's going to come back and try for a 2-10 combo. I can't tell. Because if he can make this with a bit of running outside spin, right spin, he can get pretty good on a straight in 2-10 combo. And, you got to expect Edwin's going to make this shot. Even though it's a bit of distance, the angle is just favorable where he doesn't have to do a lot with the cue ball. So he might just stroke this in. He might put bottom draw on this. I don't know. But I expect him to make it. And he was standing up before he released on that shot. Yeah, he was not comfortable with it. And another opportunity for Alan to get something back. This is a good angle he's got here, where he can either dig in and draw the cue ball back down table, like around the 3 and the 10, or if he gets a little more drag, he can come down in between the 6 and the 2. If he hits it bad, there is the possibility of hooking himself on the 10 or one of those other balls, but he's got to focus primarily on the pot and just a good, clean, smooth stroke. He's got to take advantage here. And he was trying to really get that draw, and as a result, he hit the ball very thick. Left Edmund tough here, though, when he's tied up the 2 ball, so this game is going to be a little bit longer than it could have been. Edmund might not even go for this. I don't know. He probably will, and just focus on potting this and then play a safety on the 2 ball. He might try to drag it down table as well. And these guys are taking turns rattling it in that top right-hand corner. Alan's turn now to shoot at this ball. Same thing. He could play this in the side, but from here it's tight. I think he's calling the corner. Yeah, because he wants to make this and bring the cue ball back down kind of where it is. Maybe not exactly there, maybe closer to the 10 ball. And there's a pretty easy roll-up safety where you can bank the 2 around the 5 and leave the cue ball stuck to the 5. So the most important thing, though, is make this shot. You got to make this shot. And you hit that one very clean. Now, he's kind of got the wrong angle here again. So what he can do here, he can chip off the left side of the 2 where it just grazes the 5 ball, send the cue ball up 1 rail around the 9, and you want the 2 to clip the 5 slightly, and it'll sit in behind the 5. Now he's looking at a combo. He's going aggressive here. He's going for the win. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that as long as you get it. But he's in. The shape is not going to be great on this if he does make it, I don't think, unless that cue ball comes up and down table. He's going to be hooked behind the 9 ball. Very risky there, because as much as it's a great shot, that you got to make sure you're going to get shape, and he was really, he was stretching a bit. He was trying to make something happen. Can't fault him for it. Could have worked out better. If that 2 had just sat up by the corner, you would have been laughing, but now he's forced to kick, try and get safe against Edwin. Wants to send the 2 ball off the side rail down around the 7 ball and leave the cue ball there. Beautiful shot. Yeah, he got a little. He executed it very well. He held the cue ball back behind the 9, but the 2 did sneak out. So Edwin, no makeable shot. Good chance he banks his 2 ball straight up table and tries to nestle that cue ball right in behind the 6. He is calling a bank, but you'll see a lot of times guys are playing safe, but they're going to call a pocket just in case they make something. Because by Edwin banking this up table, yeah, exactly. I mean, this is very makeable for Alan here. He was trying to get that cue ball really tight to the 6. He didn't want to leave so much distance. Now with the separation, Alan can play a jump shot on the side. Alan jumps well. The 3 does not pass the 6, so he's going to have to figure out how to get shape on the 3 or possibly play a combo. See what he does. He might be able to come around the 9 ball. Oh, he's just not getting any good rubs here. He could have used something better there. Again, he's going to have to play a safety. So he can shoot the 3 2 rails around the 7 and just kind of drag the cue ball in behind the 6-10. I think that's probably the safe I would play here. But I don't think he goes for anything. I mean, he might call it in the corner that he's at just in case. Never hurts to call a pocket in the game. Because if he hits those 2 rails and comes up in the corner, then see what he calls here. I think again you go for the safety. Alan's a smart player, so he'll want to make sure that he does not leave Edwin good no matter what happens here. I don't think he's called anything either. Okay, so he hit that. He just hit it too soft. He kind of had to do a little punch stroke and withdraw, kind of just drag the cue ball and make sure that 3 comes further up table. So he's left him the shot. Edwin might just bank this in. He might call the bank. It's not a bad angle for the bank with reward of shape on the 6, so he might just go for this. See how he's feeling. He's up 3-1, but losing one more game is very detrimental with the handicap, so see what he chooses to do. He's calling it the 3 in the side. I can't tell what he's called here. He might be calling that because it's a big pocket and trying to get the cue ball back down behind the 6 and the 10. Oh, watch out, cue ball. The weight is good. He's left Alan right in the pocket. He might have left him the window. Actually, I think he's left him the window. Or Alan might have to jump over perhaps a quarter of a ball. So he's got the jump cue out. If he can just do a little jump shot and stun the cue ball right there, then he's sitting good. A lot of distance here. Easy to miss, but if you make it, it's a good feeling. What a good shot. What a good effort. And yeah, he hit that so nice, and he stunned the cue ball, and he just barely missed. He hit the left horn of that pocket. And now Edwin could probably be aggressive here. Might just go for the bank. He's got good angle for it with natural shape on the 6. I could be wrong, but I think he's going to call the bank. I didn't see what he called there, if he called anything. And he's played the bank at a good pace. Left himself distance on the 6, but it's almost straight in. We're just one good stop shot with a touch of draw. Maybe we'll get him good angle on that 7 ball. See what he does here. A lot of distance again. He had a long shot earlier in the match that he completely missed, but he jumped up a lot. If he can stay down a little more, he'll probably cinch this. Uh-oh. Bad kiss off the 10 ball. Huge opportunity for Alan here. So he needed a little more drag on that. A little more draw. Or, I guess, hit the 10 full. I thought he was straight on the ball. Alan has to be sure here. He needs to get even straight on the 9 ball is fine, but maybe not dead straight. Touch of angle, but make sure you're close to that 9. Don't want to be too far from the 9 ball. Yeah, good shot. Even a touch of angle. He can play this with a bit of draw. Doesn't need much. Just make sure he doesn't leave himself on the rail. No danger of scratching in the side. So just a smooth shot. Draw back maybe a 1.5 feet. Doesn't need to get into this too much. When the ball is close, the draw will grab quicker. Oh my goodness. He almost scratched there. He went right off the inside point of the side. I did not think he could scratch there. But he didn't, and he's on the 10. One shot away from snatching one back from Edwin, who got the unfortunate rub off the 10. No reason Alan should miss this. Perfect. 3-2. Alan's break, so a little more pressure back on Edwin. Edwin has to win 5-3 from here out. So the 2-game spot is still alive. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. Hope you're enjoying the stream. This is just our first match of the day. And I'm going to have to put you on pause for a second here. Well, I'm going to step away for a moment just to go record a match that's over. So I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. Okay, I'm back here. I just had to report a score. Colin Greenlee beats Norm Doucette 7-0. And just to update you guys, Eric Vargas is up 5-2 on Josh Myers. Ben Francis is up 3-2 against Jeff Monless. Just for a couple updates there. Okay, so Edwin hit the 7 ball there. This is not ideal, but it's not that bad. This is just a shot where you have to just make it, and you're going to get shape on the 5 ball. Now, I don't know if he's looking at going into the 5 or he's looking at playing safe. I think here he's just I think he just plays to make this and come out above the 5. Oh wow. Got a little funny angle, but good shot. Now he can just play to make this, and he'll come 2 rails around the 9 ball for the 6 in the bottom left-hand side. This is good angle here. Don't want to overhit it, and don't want to put too much spin. Even just center ball, or maybe some running, just straight top spin, just to make sure you get around that 9 ball. Yep, and Edmonds he's always fun to watch. He's always jumping around after he shoots. Almost like he never seems comfortable with what he's doing. But he definitely knows what he's doing. Smart shot there. Don't try to do too much. Just make the shot and get a good shape on the 7. It's a big corner pocket from this angle, as long as you hit it at a good pace. Not too soft, not too hard. It's a good shot there. Good angle on this. Probably played this, well, I like to play this just 2 rails for the 10 into the bottom right, but he might just try to dig in and draw out 2 rails for the 10 in the other, on the bottom left. And he just about missed that. That ball almost rattled. But he's okay in the 10 here. One more shot away from regaining that 2-game lead over Allen. There's the cue ball going. He did okay there. Good run from Edwin. 4-2 lead. Important to get that, because now he has to beat Allen 4-3. So he's ahead. Instead of a 2-game spot, it's a 1-game spot. And if you guys don't know what this is a Leather Pocket Billiards Fargo Fair Match Tournament, 10 ball on 9-foot tables. This is the second one they've had. They had one last October. We're using Fargo rate medium races to calculate each match as they come up. There's some extreme races. There's a lot of races that are 7-7 or 8-7, so the maximum race is 15 games based on what the Fargo rate race calculates. Edmund to break. I was out recording a score, so I'm not sure if that was a break-in run from him or not. I guess it wouldn't have been, because Allen won the game before that. Oh, Edwin almost scratched on the side. The cue ball was tracking, and he's come up dry. So again, an opportunity for Allen. So I think he might just play this with a touch of A touch of inside just to make sure he comes up around the 2 ball to play the 2 in the top left corner. I don't think he hits this with bottom to play the 2 in the side, because when you're shooting off the rail, you really don't want to put bottom. I think he just plays this with a touch of top right spin. Make sure you miss the 2 ball. And if you can get on that 2 ball nice, it's a good looking table. He's overcut the ball. And that was a good opportunity again. Alan's struggling a bit. He didn't leave Edwin much of a shot. He might just bank the 2 up table and put the cue ball behind the 4-5-2, or he might put the cue ball behind, sorry, put the yellow behind the 4-5-2. And he may have misjudged it if he... I think Alan has a shot. I think Alan's looking pretty good here. He's got a good angle to just pot this and roll forward for the 2 in the right-hand side. Or if he's got too much angle, he can play it in the bottom right. But he's not hooked. Edwin hit that 1, I think, a little bit too thick. He didn't really want to send the 1 above those 3 balls. So Alan needs to come up with a good shot here. Shape on the 2 is everything. The rest of the balls pretty much all go. That's a good shot from Alan. Now if I'm Alan, I don't know. He's going to hit the 5 ball no matter what, so he doesn't want to hit it too hard. Maybe a small nudge will bring it up table and make it easier in the side. The 4 is kind of the harder ball to get on. Looking ahead in the rack, there is an 8-9 combo. Unless the 8 goes into the bottom right, it's hard to tell. He'd have to have a pretty good angle on that. Oh, he was able to miss the 5, yeah. So the way he played it here tells me he's playing the 4 in the side. I really don't think he's going to try to do too much with the cue ball here. Doesn't want too much angle on the 4 on either side. He'd almost rather be straight on it in the side. I don't like trying to get above this 4, but he might choose to do that too. And oh yeah, he hit that real good. That was a good shot. Definitely an easier pot in the top left than in the side. The side pockets, when you have angle, they're very tight. Very easy to rattle a ball on the side on these tables. So he might play the 5 in the same pocket. He's got a decent amount of angle, so just punch out back middle table. He chose to kill it. Kind of just hit it soft with kind of like a soft punch and just to kill the cue ball. Might not be super happy with his shape here. And you know what, actually now looking ahead, 7-9 is probably going to be the shot for a combo. After that it opens the 8 ball up. He needs to follow this ball. Or he might draw over and play the 6 in the bottom right. I like going forward and playing the 6 in the left-hand side. And so he really tried to dig in, make the shot, and end up where he did. And that's partially why he missed that. He didn't have to do that. He could have just went forward and made sure he guaranteed himself a shot on the 6 in the side. And another opportunity for Edwin. He's got a pretty straightforward 5-9 combo here. He does have to be careful that he doesn't hit the wrong side of the 9 where the 5 slides up table, and he wants to use the 10 as a stopper. So that was the issue with the 5. He definitely used the 10, but at this point he's definitely going to call the bank. You're not going to try to play safe here. This bank is probably 9 out of 10, maybe 9.5 out of 10 that he makes this shot. And as I say that, he misses it. He had perfect angle. The tables are banking very short, so with the cloth, when the cue ball is going around or object balls are going around, the ball, they're sliding off and banking or taking off wide off the rails. So he probably was trying to play that, expecting it to go a little bit wide, but they are going very short. So no shot for Alan. I think he's full ball hooked, and he's going to call a kick. Probably won't play this too hard. Try to leave the cue ball down there. Didn't miss by much. Is he going to get fortunate? He did get fortunate. He could definitely use that break. He hasn't been getting too many breaks. Edwin forced to play the same shot, I think. Edwin's very smart. He might try something else. He's taking his time. He doesn't want to give up a game to Alan here. It's already showing signs of going down to the wire. So he's maybe looking at kicking from below. No, he's decided he's just going to go for this. He might want to hit the top side of the 5 to send the cue ball up towards the 6. Yeah, so he did want that. And oh my goodness, he's going to come out smelling like a rose. Well, not necessarily. Alan can probably cut this in the top left-hand corner. It's hard sometimes in the thin cuts to hit it clean, but Alan's got a good angle for that, and the shape is pretty much automatic. I think he'll play this with a touch of inside to make sure he comes up and down table between the 10 and the 8. I don't like when he's got fortunate again. I don't know if he was he kind of popped up a bit on that, I thought. I don't know if you'll see a jump from Edwin. He does jump, but he's probably more inclined to kick. He can maybe kick at this. Okay, so he's kicking. He's playing a controlled kick. He's trying to go 2 rails or 1 rail into the 5. And again, bring the cue ball up table. I'd very much like to create distance between the 5 and the 6. If he does miss this bad, there's a good chance the 5 ball will end up back in the middle of the table, and the cue ball will end up table. Oh, now he's called 2 rails in the side, so he's really got to get underneath this 5 ball. Same thing, trying to create separation. And that's not going to work. I don't think both of his decisions were not meant to lead to this. Alan's got a straight in 5. He is elevated a little bit. Probably some awkward bridging over top of the 8 ball. But it should be okay for Alan. Maybe not dead straight, but enough that as long as he makes it, he's going to have shape on that 6 on the side. So all that matters here is to make this ball. I'm sure he's going to try and drop table a little bit. He might just punch this in. Has a touch of angle. Oh my goodness, he's really struggling. He's really struggling. Not something you expect Alan to miss. Chance for Edwin here. I think he's got a cut into the left-hand side. And the scratch I do not think is there because of how thin the cut is. So yeah, he's going to thin cut this soft. Come around 3 rails for shape onto the green. Easy to overcut these or undercut these. The angle is not. You're shooting to a blind pocket. You're looking for the spot. You're trying to make it, but it doesn't take much to miss it. And he's overcut it, and he's left him safe. My goodness. These guys are both struggling. more misses than expected, more shape mistakes than you'd expect. If Alan can kick here, well, he's going to kick, but he wants to make sure he kicks between the 8 and the 7. He can't kick to the left of the 7 because he will not hit the 5. But if he's got angle or shape to get between the 8 and the 7, yeah, I think he's going to call up in the corner. The side doesn't look like it goes. He's going to hit this with a decent amount of pace. He won't be hitting this soft. He can either make this by hitting it straight in or going rail first and still making it in. So it makes the pocket a bit bigger when there's 2 ways to make it. So I think he's going to hit this pretty firm. Maybe a touch of inside to straighten out the cue ball. And yeah, he needed to hit it harder to shorten up that angle. That's why I thought he was going to hit it harder. The harder you hit the rail, the straighter back it comes, and yeah, he just hit it too soft, which caused the cue ball to go wide. And the good thing about hitting that with pace is you can also get rewarded where, you know, if you don't make it, because it's a low percentage shot to make, you could end up leaving distance. Leave distance or separation or potentially a fluke safety or something against Edwin. But hitting it soft, lots can go wrong. And unfortunately, that went wrong. And Edwin with a pretty straightforward run out here. I'm going to say now he's going to play the 8 in the either in the bottom left or the left-hand side. Let's see what he chooses here. I don't know if he wants to come 2 rails. I think here he's going to play in the bottom left, because here if you try to hit it soft, playing side pocket shape is, you can either be too high, too low, and it's very difficult. So, oh, I was wrong. Now he is too high a little bit, but so now he's going to have to either play running inside spin and come up above the 10, or just play straight running spin and come down below the 10. Either way, he should have pretty good shape on this 10 ball. If he went up a little bit higher, he would have, this would have been a lot more difficult, but he doesn't have bad angle to get shape on the 10 here. This is more about just make the shot and he should be fine. And he put a ton of check spin on that, which I don't think he needed to do, because that's the reason that the cue ball didn't make it back to the end rail. Because he ended up, you saw how the cue ball hit the rail and then actually went upwards. He put a ton of inside spin on that. And as a result, I think he's going to play safe here. He's going to do a little chip, try to leave the 10 on the end rail. Lots of right-hand spin on this to change that angle. And that's just, this is just an experienced shot. Very good shot. Alan can choose to try and cut this in. He can try to bank the 10 2 rails and bank it 2 rails back down to the middle of the bottom rail. That might be what I would try here. I'm not sure. He's going to call the bank. The table does bank very short, but it's very, very difficult to execute this from this angle and from this distance. So if he makes it, good for him. Snatch one back. Otherwise, I think this is a do or die shot for him. He needs to hit this very hard. What a good shot. Great shot by Alan there. That was clutch. Much needed win there. So now, again, Edwin's up 4-3 and he has to win 4-2 from here. So that was a big win for Alan. Great shot. I didn't think he had the angle to do that. But they are banking short. He might have had a touch of inside spin to even shorten up that angle some more. And now he's breaking, so if he can put one together, we haven't had a break and run yet, I don't think. Maybe now is the time. There's been a couple of really good breaks, but neither player was able to capitalize. I think Alan actually had the best break earlier and a clear shot on the one ball that he missed. So we'll see if we can duplicate that break and then make something happen this time. Okay, good break. We got nothing in the sides. We got... Oh, so we got a dry break with a clear shot on the one for Edwin. That's worst case. Can't tell if the 3 is makeable beside the black. It looks like it does go from the right angle, possibly straight on or to the left of it. But that 3 ball will most likely not reward shape for the 4. The 2 ball, I think, passes the 5 into the bottom left. He's looking at... Yeah, he's looking at the 3 ball right now. So the 2 ball must not be that much of an issue. And the weight is very good. So now this is where he has to make a choice. He could, if he wanted to, he could just roll forward on this 2, leave himself a bank angle on the 3, which I think he's looking at right now. That would allow him to reverse bank, basically hit the top side of the 3, sending the cue ball up table for the 4, and make the 3. And then if you were to miss the 3, you'd end up with a good leave with the cue ball. So he's going to slow roll it. He's overhit it, if that's what he was trying to do. So from this angle, I'm pretty sure he can make the 3. But he's going to have to really dig in and kind of time the throw so that the cue ball will kiss off of the black or double kiss off of the black. Alan's looking because this does look pretty tight. I mean, I think it goes. He's going to have to hit this relatively soft. He wants to put a lot of throw on the 3. You can't hit this just to make it. You have to throw it in and drag that cue ball up the rail or draw it off of the black. Yeah, so that's what he did. He's just going to take more distance on the the 4, and that's okay. The issue here again is that you got a big 10 ball there that's blocking the path of the cue ball after contact. So if you try to put any type of left or right spin on this from distance, it can be very tough. You can miss the shot. So he's going to put some left spin probably. And he is short. He's hooked on the 5. He might have just an edge of the 5. But yeah, that's a hard shot to make with left spin where you need the cue ball to go back up. Just because of the 10 ball. So he's obviously fully hooked and he's going to kick at this 5. Same thing, he's going to kick because he wants to make sure he does not sell out this game. You can see that almost always when he kicks, that cue ball is far away from the other one. And I'm going to have to go report another match real quick, guys. I'll be back in just a second again. Okay, I'm back again. We got a few matches finish up. Aaron Arganoza loses to Chan 4-2. Ben Francis lost to Jeff Wanless 6-3. Albert beat Jonathan De La Cruz by a score of 7-5. And there's a few more matches left to finish in this. We got a 4-4 match here, which, Edwin's in tough here now. He's got to win 4-1 from here out because, obviously Alan can't get to 6. So he's in a tough spot. Sorry I missed the end of that game. I didn't see what happened. But big opportunity for Alan here. If he's the first one to get on the hill, he's by far the favorite to win this match. Unless Edwin can make something happen. Edwin's second match, his opponent was on the hill for a few games, I think, and Edwin still was able to win it. That's a good break from Alan, 6 on the side. And he's... that one ball bounced a little high. He might still play for it. He's got to watch out for a scratch in the side if he does. And the cue ball will be lost. But I think he's going to go for it. It is a thin cut. Cue ball might come around, hit below the side pocket, and come around the 10 and the 5, possibly into the 5. Kind of a Hail Mary. But I think he'll go for it. Well, Eric did beat Josh Myers 9-2. So Eric and Ben both alive on the B side. I didn't see if he called it. He might just be banking the 1-up table because he's got a wall of balls to hide behind. The 4, the 9, the 2, the 8. I was wrong. And this is beautiful shape on the 2 ball here. What a good shot by Alan there. That's a great eye to see that angle, to see that path of the cue ball. I don't know if he's dead straight or not. If he is, he wants to roll up a little bit forward. He doesn't want to be shooting over the black, and he doesn't want too much of a cut on the 4. Because the window for the 5 is going to be between the 9 and the 8. So let's see what he does here. If he's got straight on it, he could also just draw back. In which case, then he's just playing with the right angle, he's just playing a stun shot. Just a straight stop shot on the 4 for a natural shape on the 5. Looks like he's playing the draw. So he doesn't want to be too much angle on the 4. He would love to get close to the 5 with a bit of angle. But you got to be careful not to overhit this or underhit this, where you could end up hooking yourself on the 9 or the 8. So yeah, he's checking the angle because the 5 to the 7, getting straight on the 5 is not going to be easy. Now he's looking at coming down below the 5 or below the 9. I think I like just pinching this. Even if you're straight on the 5, you do have a shot to come draw a straight up table. So he's played this much too soft. I think he's about quarter ball hooked from the looks of it. Yeah, he's not happy about that. He had a great look at this table, and that's part of the problem with maybe trying to get too perfect on the ball. Now he's going to play a little. Just wants to bank this 5 ball down to the end rail if he can and get the cue ball out between the 10 and the 7. Oh, he must have been hooked worse than I thought. He went straight into the 8 ball there. Ball in hand for Edwin with 5 balls left on the table. So most likely going to see a 5-4 score here in favor of Edwin, barring any mistakes. I think he just plays the 5 into the bottom left. Wants to bring the cue ball straight across the table for pretty much a stop shot on the 7. Then he'll be looking at a stop shot on the 8 and a stop shot on the 9. So this is very, very easy. Shape on the 7 is the most important thing. And he's perfect. So now he's looking at just a little stop shot. He didn't really want this angle on the 7. He would have liked to have a slight back cut angle or be further out off the rail so he can just make sure the cue ball's not stuck to the rail. So you can really stop that 8 ball. So he played that with spin. You can see he wanted to keep himself off the rail, so he kind of threw, by putting that spin, he kind of threw the 7 ball in and gave himself a little more. He followed through a bit more and didn't have to worry about being stuck on the rail. So that little soft throw. And now he's looking pretty good here. So maybe not exactly how we drew it up, but that'll work. This is to regain the lead. Edwin's been up the whole match. He does have to win 4-1 from here out, so this is the first step. He's going to need 3 more. He can only afford to give up 1 more game to Alan, so Alan won't be happy about that, of course. He had a golden opportunity there, especially after playing that opening shot on the 1 ball. He had a back cut angle and he came around 3 rails for perfect shape on the 2, and he just hooked himself on the 5. He's going to have to forget about it and move on to the next game. Shouldn't be a problem, but let's see what Edwin comes up with something here. Sometimes when you make a mistake, that's when your opponent will end up breaking and running the next table. I think Alan's actually been breaking better than Edwin. Edwin has been making the ball on the side pretty consistently. I think the 8 ball or the 9 will go on the side. 9 ball on the side. Little kiss off of the yellow, but the 5 came out enough that the 1 ball is makeable. The problem is that the cue ball is going to change angles off of the 5. So a little bit of a dicey shot where you got to thin cut the 1 and try not to lose the cue ball off of the 5. But I think he's got to go for it. I mean, I think it goes. It looks like it goes. It must be tight. He's looking at it. He's calling it. And maybe he might put a touch of inside spin on this to kind of maybe get the cue ball down for the 2 on the left-hand side. Hard to say with how much he's going to hit that 5 ball. Wow, he missed that 5 almost altogether. He's got shape on the 2. I don't think it passes the 7. He might be playing a combo. He's got an option to play a really nice safety here where he could bank the 2 up table, put running English on the cue ball, and the cue ball will go 2 rails right in behind the 7. So if he doesn't want to play the combo, that might be an option. Let's see what he chooses to do. Or it might go clean. I mean, he didn't take a long time looking at it, so it must go clean. It does, yeah. I was wrong there. Camera's very deceiving sometimes. Edwin looking pretty good here. Little off angle on this 3, so he might just hit this relatively firm. Okay, so he's putting slow inside spin to check it off the rail. This is looking pretty good for Edwin. This is a big game to reestablish that 2-game lead. Get it back to an even race. Good shot there. A little more angle than he wanted. That's for sure. He would have loved to be anything but this angle. So this is a shot he can play with a lot of. You can put a lot of bottom right and just kill the cue ball to leave it on the right side cushion. Just kind of throw that 5 in. Yeah, so he's done that, and he did get past the 8. However, he's hampered by about half of the 8 ball. So this is a little bit touchy. He's going to have to play this with just... I don't think he can put bottom. Oh, maybe he can. If he can, he's able to just dig in and make the shot and draw off the right side cushion. Hard to tell from this angle, but he's going to go chalk up to make sure, because when you're hampered, you don't want to be, you know, you can't necessarily hit the cue ball exactly where you want to. So always good to chalk up in this situation. Important game. Almost must win. So he's putting a lot of bottom left spin on this, it looks like. And he just makes it. Funny shape on the 7 again. I think he can cut it. This is the kind of shot he can make. Hit it soft and maybe play the 8 in the right-hand side. Oh no. Oh no. What a mistake. What a chance for Alan. I didn't see that coming. I didn't think he could even hold it that much because of the slide. He must have played it with a lot of check spin. And Alan has to take this. This is a great opportunity. Get himself on the hill where Edwin basically can't afford to make a mistake after this. Alan straight in 10 ball. Good shape on this. One good shot. Puts him on the hill. I'll tell you, these handicaps are tough. It's tough to overcome sometimes. It's like every mistake gets magnified. And Alan doesn't want it. I can't believe it. I can't believe a 2-ball ball in hand with 2 balls and Alan doesn't win. That's so unexpected. I was ready to key in the score for Alan, and I just don't know what happened. You know, sometimes when you play great players, you know, people that have that aura about them, or someone, you know, Edwin's just he's a legend. He's won everything. You know, you can just tighten up or not feel comfortable, or I mean, yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's really gonna hurt Alan. Ball in hand with 2 balls and he didn't get out. That's gonna hurt. I feel his pain. I think I did that yesterday with ball in hand with 4 balls, and I hooked myself on the second last ball. So I know what it's like. We've all done it. But it's gonna hurt regardless. What an opportunity. A wasted opportunity. Thanks everyone for watching. This is the first match of the day. Well, on the stream. Matches started at 11 a.m. local time here. These matches all started at 1 p.m. and the next round of matches will be starting here in about, I want to say 10-15 minutes. Then we'll come back with the next match. I don't know who it's going to be yet. And this is a good break as long as that 4 ball gets out of the way. Very nice break for Edwin. Needs that 3 to stay out of the 2's path. Very nice. Yeah, he seems to got the break really figured out now. I mean, that last one, he was running it out and made a mistake. But here now there's another opportunity. This one better than the last, I think. I think he plays this. He wants to bring the cue ball back and forth in between the 4 and the 5. I don't think he's going to try and he might drag into the 4, but yeah, like so. He doesn't want to be over top of the 4 ball. That's going to make the shot more difficult. He would have taken anything but over top of the 4. Funny game. This would still be good. Like, it's just a shot where you just have to make it because you have guaranteed shape. Just a smooth stroke. Oh my goodness, and the body English gets you sometimes, and what an opportunity for Alan again on another table that Edwin should have ran out. And Alan's smiling over there. He's having fun. That's right, David. Aaron Arganoza did lose 4-2 to Chan Lee, who also beat myself. He also beat Norm Doucette. He's got a good handicap. I mean, Aaron had to beat him 10-4 in that race, and Chan beat him without the handicap. So that's a tough one. He's doing pretty good. He's going to be happy about this tournament thus far. Alan, after not getting out there like this, there's some extra pressure on Alan here to make a shot like this when you've just, given away an easy game where that can creep into your head and it can affect your confidence. You need to be able to forget it and just focus on this shot. Easier said than done, but if he can just smooth stroke this in, he wants to draw a tiny little bit. He doesn't want to be shooting over the 9, but not too far up table. Okay, I think he's good. He probably just, maybe a bit of confidence, just make sure you make the ball. He's not shooting over top of the 9, from what I can see. So if he's straight, you just want to draw back almost middle table would be ideal. You want some angle on the 5. It's pretty good. Nothing wrong with that. The shot here is to just kind of kill this. You want to kind of kill this cue ball with a bit of bottom right spin so that it just comes back out probably below the left-hand side pocket and not on the rail. If you hit this bad, you can scratch, so you want to hit this nice and smooth, stay down. Oh, yeah, okay, he's had a good angle there. Nice shot by Alan. This is a big moment for Alan here. This can get him back on the hill and help him erase the memories of that one game. He's had a lot of opportunities that he's kind of given right back to Edwin, so he's going to need this shot. I think you play with the bottom right and you drag the cue ball straight back across. Oh, okay. Misjudged the angle again. This is good here. This is a harder shot in the circumstances. He would have liked to just been stopping the cue ball right where it is, but now he's going to have to kind of punch it and drag the cue ball over. Still extremely makeable. Just don't overhit it. Well, he kind of overhit it, but he's okay. Now this is the shot he missed in the last game when he had ball in hand on 2 balls, except from the other side. So let's see what he does here. This should help him erase the memories of the last one. Just got to cinch it in. And there we go. So he hit that one a bit softer. Good for Alan. He's on the hill now, so a lot of pressure on Edwin not to make a mistake, and Alan is breaking. Yeah, Mark Vinogradov for sure. You could argue upsets, however, Chan did beat Aaron 4-2, so that's definitely an upset as well. Chan did beat Norm 6-4, so he's having a good tournament. He beat me as well. He's playing pretty good. So I would say those are upsets. However, yes, when you factor the handicap in, it puts a lot of pressure on the player that has to spot the game. So that does have a mental effect, and it might affect the way people play. It's a lot more pressure. It's hard to explain unless you do it. The people that are getting spotted have a lot less pressure on them. So that is true. Well, it looks like Joey Bettis has won his match just now. He beats Rashab by a score of 8-6. So that was a hill match. Okay, Alan's break. Again, we got shape on the 1 ball in the bottom left-hand corner, which I think we've seen for 4 breaks in a row now. Angle here, not so good. Camera can be deceiving. If he's got enough angle, this can be a shot where he can kind of punch the cue ball back up table for the 2 in the bottom left. Or if it's not enough angle, he's going to have to play with running inside spin, which might reward better shape in between the 2 and the 9. I can't tell what he's doing. It looks like he's drawing. Okay, so he's just going to take distance. He's just going to take the distance on the 2. Nothing wrong with that. It's a hard shot. He's hampered a bit with his bridging and cueing over top of the 4 and the 7. However, the shape is automatic on the 4 pretty much, provided you don't overhit it. So I don't know if he's calling the 2. There is a 10 carom, but probably not from this angle, so I think he's just going to call the 2. This is the shot that could win him the rack. Everything else in this rack has a home. Touched the 4, just letting Edwin know. Edwin said leave it. So awkward bridging for sure. Everything after the 2 is pretty straightforward, so this is the biggest shot of the rack. Needs to cinch this. And he's hit that wonderfully. This is great. This is a great shot from Alan. Now he's a little funny because he's back cutting the 4. And because of the 7, it makes the pocket a little bit tighter on this angle. And he needs to get the cue ball out above the 5. However, the cue ball natural path is almost going into the 5. So he wants to hit this well enough to get around the 5. Or, okay, yeah, he played it smart. He just played it simple. Good shot there by Alan. He's on the right side of the 5. He didn't try to come around it. He just played it where, play what the table gives you. This is good angle. Just a smooth stroke here to punch the cue ball over. Any type of shape on the 7 here is fine because the 8 is automatic. Doesn't want to do too much here. Center ball. Punch the cue ball over. In the heart. Good shot. Now with this angle, this is player's choice. Some people would like to just put a little bit of bottom on this and come straight back across. Myself, I might like to put running left spin on this, just to get closer to the 8 ball. But that's player's choice. I'm always worried about the scratch in the side when I play this shot. But he hit that real nice. No, that's a good shot, good shape. Now this, because this is a steeper angle, I don't think he's going to play bottom on this. He's going to play the running inside spin. He wants to come around 3 rails for the 8 in the right-hand side. He just needs one good shot here to get him straight on this 9 ball. Don't overhit this. Smooth. Good shot by Alan there. Good control. He's in good position here to pretty much stop shot on the 9, and he'll be straight in on the 10 ball. So this would be a big finish from Alan. You could argue that he should have had 2 runouts earlier in the match. And of course the ball in hand where he had 2 balls to get out on. He couldn't. He's left himself a bit of a tester under the circumstances where you can't just roll this in. Otherwise, you're probably looking at a scratch in the side where you have to kind of put a little bit of pop on the cue ball to dodge that side pocket. You don't want to overhit it because that leaves a 2-rail scratch on the other right side. So this is just miss the left side pocket. Okay, he's good there. Good finish by Alan. So Alan wins that. There you can see the Fargo Fair match, what it's like. We do have some more races coming your way here shortly. Probably going to shut down the stream, and I got to go record some matches and get the next round of matches going. So thank you everyone for watching. We will be